Who are you?
Franz Ferdinand.
And who is Franz Ferdinand individually? Can you please introduce them?
Sure. My name's Alex.
And Alex, who'd you have beside you?
This is Nick McCarthy, and with the hat,
hello,
is Robert Hardy.
Hello.
And with the tattoos and the drums is Mr. Paul Thompson.
Hello.
Welcome to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Franz Ferdinand.
Thank you.
So, Alex, is your nickname Airwolf?
Am I Airwolf? In some quarters it is, yeah.
How did Alex get the nickname Airwolf?
Bob?
I think it's something to do with the Cribs, a band from Yorkshire.
Do you really want to hear the story? It's a very long story.
Sure.
Okay. There's a friend of ours in Glasgow who grew up in South Africa, and there was one day he was sitting with two other friends of ours, and they were all really, really stoned, and the two other friends were talking about Airwolf, the TV show, and talked about it for ages, and he was staying really silent, not really saying anything about it. And then they changed the conversation. About 15 minutes later, they were talking about something completely different, and he just kind of lifted his head up and went, "Am I Airwolf?" And, you know, it's one of those sort of stone moments. Anyway, the Cribs...
He thought they were talking in code and referring to him as Airwolf. So obviously he'd never seen the TV programme because his radar was in South Africa. But, yeah, they weren't, though. But, yeah.
Anyway, so I told the Cribs this story when before we started recording, when we were...
in Vancouver?
Yeah, when we recorded in Vancouver. And they liked the story, and so they called me Airwolf instead.
Speaking of being out of it, Alex, and the Cribs, were you the drunkest you've ever been in Vancouver after Mint Records' Christmas party in 2006?
I was definitely very drunk on several occasions when I was in Vancouver,
I
yeah.
heard it was the drunkest you've ever been. What's the drunkest you've seen, Alex?
I don't know, there's so many times, but we've seen each other drunk quite a lot.
So maybe it wasn't Vancouver then.
It could have been one in many places. I can't really remember myself, you know.
I heard he was dancing around on stage and stuff as well, yeah.
Yes, and that's why he was the drunkest he'd ever been. You had to feed him lots of beer. Yeah. And afterwards you went out partying. It was quite a wild night, wasn't it?
So I still remember...
Was it the same night when he insisted on coming up on stage and singing Take Me Out with you?
Yes, indeed, at the Mint Records Christmas party. But it didn't end there. You were taken out by some individuals and they took you partying.
Yeah, that's right. It was a pretty wild night.
Now, speaking of the connections between drunkenness, Russell Crowe, and Franz Ferdinand, what are they? What's the connection between Russell Crowe and Franz Ferdinand and being drunk?
Used to be Gladiator?
David Stomper? No, hope not.
I have no idea.
Russell Crowe.
I
He also does music, doesn't he, Russell Crowe?
Does he? I don't know that. Right. Does he?
Right, and you, Franz Ferdinand, you do music too, right?
That's the connection.
That's amazing.
No, and you like to drink. You guys like to drink, right?
Yeah.
And both of you have been mixed by...
Mike Frazier. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, he mixed Russell Crowe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who is Mike Frazier?
He's from
Vancouver,
Vancouver.
BC, Canada. So it's Russell Crowe, drunkenness, Franz Ferdinand, and Mike Fraser all together. What can you tell the people about that, Mike Fraser?
Two things I'll have to talk to Russell Crowe about when I finally get to meet him. Drinking and Mike Fraser.
Who is Mike Fraser? He's from Vancouver and he mixed your stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Mike Frazier he's an engineer, a mix engineer, and when I was over here at the warehouse studio, he was upstairs and I met him and we got on and he mixed a few of the songs for us.
And he has like skulls in his studio, apparently?
He has several skulls, yeah, and lots of skulls on flags.
All the same shape, but a lot of different sizes.
Yeah, lots of skulls everywhere. I mean, he's a bit of a metaler as well. He mixed that last AC/DC record, and
Ponytail.
Yeah. It's what do you call it? A pleat? Yeah, very, 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 very long hair. What else did he do? Aerosmith and Motley Crue and all these kind of guys back in the day.
And Franz Ferdinand now.
Absolutely, yeah.
How did the mix turn out, Bob? Were you happy with it?
That's great, yeah.
You and Russell Crowe approve of it?
Yeah, Crow was into it almost as much as we were.
So, Bob, the last time you were in Vancouver, is it true the first boob flash happened in Vancouver?
So, no, maybe a boob flash, but it wasn't the
I
first.
thought it was the first boob flash when you guys played at Pacific Coliseum with Death Cab for Cutie.
I think I've seen.
Andy got a boob flash.
Really?
The fifth member of Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, I vaguely sounds familiar. I can't really remember. There's so many.
Maybe-
So many boobs. It's just they all blur into one.
It wasn't Vancouver. I was hoping it was Vancouver.
Yeah, I'll blur in it too.
Where was the last boob then, by the way?
Last boob. I don't want to talk about that. It wasn't in Vancouver.
I saw one at Tina Park. Somebody flashed us. I don't think it was me specifically. They were flashing, but yeah. But people do that at festivals in Scotland, so they get in the papers. So it's just photographers take pictures of it and then go, look at this young, lovely, flashing her bits, and then people go to work in the morning and go, ooh, I'd like to kiss her.
Franz Ferdinand, here you are in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and you've spent quite a bit of time here, haven't you, Alex?
I have, yeah.
What is the name of that place in London that sells Canadian clothes? I was trying to remember the name of it. The Cribs are telling me about the place in London that sells Canadian used clothes. What is it? Can you explain about that?
Yeah, it's called Beyond Retro, and I guess the guys that work there, they come over here and get all the really cool sort of vintage and second-hand clothes and take them and sell them to East End London hipsters for ridiculously large amounts of money.
And it's Canadian stuff. Have you been there?
It's all your. It looks like all your old outfits.
Baboom!
Boom!
But you guys like coming over to Canada and raiding Schwartz's. I saw a picture of you guys at Schwartz's.
I've never been to Schwartz's.
Schwartz's, yeah.
Schwartz's in Montreal.
Yeah, it's tasty stuff. Yeah.
I put in for lunch today though for the first time while I've been here, so that's
That's good. But did you like the meat? Do you like the Schwartz's?
Yeah, I like the meat. Yeah, they've got a lot in the front window as well, haven't they? Which looks a bit disgusting, really. But
is it like an old bookstore where the stuff turns yellow?
I like it's cool. It's cool. It reminds me a bit. In fact, the East End of London connection. It's a bit like the bagel shops in Brick Lane in London. Same sort of vibe.
I love that you guys love meat, and you also love fish and chips too, Alex, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Like when you were recording with the Cribs, it was everybody eating fish and chips.
here in British Columbia.
Yeah, you weren't here.
No.
Left you out.
Yeah.
But I loved it. It was like everybody eating fish and chips. Like not just the band, the crew, everybody. Usually in a band or a group of people, there's some people that don't want the fish and chips. It was like 10 orders of fish and chips you were all eating. I love that. Is that something English? Is that something Scottish? Is that unique?
I think we're all pretty much fans of fish and chips.
How do you know this fact?
Because I saw it happening.
There.
I just couldn't believe it. I walk in and everybody's eating fish and chips. Because when I've been with groups of people, it's like, what do you want? I don't want fish. You know, like they get 10 people eating all fish and chips from the Irish Heather.
It's a pretty unifying prospect of fish and chips. Oh, I'll have that.
Was that Friday? Because Friday's fish and chip day, I think.
I think it might have been a Sunday you were having it.
Yeah, we'd kind of extended Friday to Sunday, you see, Bob. It was cool.
So, Franz Ferdinand, here you are in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. You did some recording at the Warehouse Studio in Vancouver, but you did not record your new album in Vancouver, did you?
No, sorry.
Where did you record it? Because I saw some photos and it looked amazing, like this old hall. What was that old hall?
It used to be like a town hall in Glasgow, and then it was empty for a long time. It was a drug rehabilitation centre for a bit, then it was empty again. And you found it, didn't you?
Yeah, we knew this guy, this director from a film. We did the music for it, and he said we should come by and have a look at it. And it's beautiful.
You do gigs there?
Yeah, we could do. Yeah.
Own it?
No.
It's cool. Like the rent that we pay on that place a month is what you'd pay for half a day of a studio in London.
Wait a second, that's where you guys get to hang out in that huge old theatre.
Yeah, I mean it's a really wicked place as well. Like it's a wee bit decrepit, but it's got a fantastic atmosphere. It feels kind of haunted. It's cool.